Morning viewers and subscribers is up thinking. Today we are in the Austin area, taking a walk in the park. This is what they call the hill country.
You try and get one more video.
Yeah.
Where the weather is much cooler, but otherwise it's the same setup as the rest of the communities in the USA where they have the parks. Well, not the USA, but in Texas, where the housing style is a little bit different, but communities are set up in the same way where they have the park, and the only difference is in Austin their parks are open from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., whereas in Katy, where I'm living now, it's open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So that's a 5 hour difference. Morning. Morning. These trees are acorn trees, and the squirrels are gathering their acorns for winter. As in life, people, we can take principles from the animals and be prepared for our lives. Don't cheat ourselves, don't deceive ourselves. Be prepared for the future. Not that I'm saying we should not enjoy life. We can enjoy life, but do it responsibly. But you can emulate the animals, and as a matter of fact, different creatures by preparing for the future. Although this is a short-term thing for them, but they do it every winter. They make sure they gather their nuts morning. They make sure they have a fair amount of supply for the winter. And to my knowledge, these squirrels, they have many storehouses. They have many food banks where they store their nuts. As they prepare for the winter. And we too can take those principles and have in our lives many storehouses to help us. We can do it in many different forms. We can have storehouses until we have a business that can sustain us in the future. None of us is born with one talent. We have many talents. And sometimes going to different places or different countries can unearth these talents. And in our life, we should set our goals to be how can we live in the future? How can we sustain ourselves in the future and be happy instead of focusing on one goal or one dream? I can speak for myself personally. My goal is to live happy in the future and be able to sustain myself and to afford to live a comfortable life. So I start planning from now as to things that I can set up around me. And as best as possible try to sift out the persons who I think will help me in the future. And peeps, don't be afraid to remove persons or things from your life. And when I say remove things from your life, it can be habits, it can be an object that is sapping all your revenues or most of your revenues and keeping you back from achieving your goals or keeping you away from attaining happiness. You have to be conscientious of that. And sometimes even things that you have on your bucket list, in order to do them comfortably, you have to wait until a time where you can afford it, until you have enough financial strength. So you did not yes, please, just to show you that basically the community in Austin where I'm at, it's set up same like the community in Katy where I'm living. And by the way, Austin is about 143 miles away from Katy, and as I said before, it's hill country. But the houses are pretty much the same, only the design is different, but structural wise, peeps, they are board houses. That is part of the illusion. We went to the Museum of Illusion, and this is part of the illusion. These pretty nice houses, they are board houses. They are wrapped with some paper looking thing, make it look like brick. And even some of the bricks, one of the day or in one of my videos, I'm going to show you what their bricks look like. It's nothing compared to the concrete blocks I'm used to in Jamaica. So back to the main menu. So yes, peeps, sometimes it's not that you're not going to do things that you have on your bucket list, but you have to put it off, and in technical terms you delay it in order to choose a more suitable time that you can afford it, where you are more financially strong and you can truly go out and enjoy yourself when you're taking part in whatever activities or whichever place you go to on your bucket list, because that's the worst thing. Imagine you're on vacation and your mind is somewhere else, or your mind is not comfortable because you are wondering how you're going to pay for it after you finish up that vacation, or you're mentally stressed before you even finish the vacation because you're saying, boy, how much hours am I going to put in to pay for this vacation? You know? This season is Halloween season, so people have their Halloween stuff outside. As you know, Halloween was originally a Christian holiday. I did some research on it, and I realized Halloween was originally Christian holiday, but it's a holiday that got twisted around and become commercialized. Same like Christmas. We have a beautiful creek flowing here. That's the next thing, peeps. You have a lot of rivers and streams in Texas, which most of them are polluted by some means or another. Don't know if it's the time of year that I come to Austin while the weather is so cool, but earlier this morning I came out, peeps. It was about 7. The sky was all clear. I could see stars. Now it's pretty much overcast. As I told you, so this is a hill country. Where I'm living in Katy, we're on the plains, so it's flat. Don't have any hills to contend with. So and it's a much, I would not want, it's a hot climate most of the time in Katy. I told you, please, most of the houses are pretty much the same. So being as we are in hill country, peeps, there is no fear of flooding, but in Katy, in certain areas, they have flooding. It's a nice walk for me, peeps. Here is so fresh and nice. Got a little sun peeping out over there. But yesterday was a wonderful day. We didn't have the rain. Well, the rain fell in the morning when we were going out because we actually went to a shopping complex. The shopping complex, the Domain, is it has multiple plazas. Have some world famous stores there. And in some cases, if you want to leave from one store to go to the next store, it would be best for you to drive. I didn't really check out the size of that shopping complex. As I said, the name of the shopping complex is the Domain, but it seems to be like hundreds of acres, if not over 1,000. Don't quote me on that. I'm just gesticulating. I'm just gesticulating. So actually, I was going to end the video piece, but I remember there was another side to the park, and I said I would go and take a peek on that side, you know. See if I can put in like probably an hour walk since I started working peeps. I've been going to the park less. And see the evidence of the rain here, or the water rushes down, because there you have a creek right there. And even the fences peeps, they have to make provisions for the water, because as I said, this is a hilly region, and I have that experience of living in hill or mountainous areas in Jamaica. And whenever it rains peeps and that water come rushing, you have to make provisions for it, you know, because most of the time anything in the waters where it will just push it downhill. So as I said before, people, if you know things, you make preparation, you know. You have a creek, water seems clean. Dry Bed Creek. This is let me provisions for it. Proper swing in the park. Sound of the creek is so soothing and relaxing. Man, if it was in Jamaica, all those trees lining the creek would be probably guava trees. That's what I'm used to. Coming from my youthful days living in the parish of Senton in Jamaica, West Indies. It's the parish of the most rivers and streams. They call that the garden parish. So green and lush because we have so many streams and rivers. It's ironic, peeps. I'm from that parish, and can imagine I cannot swim. Just going to look at some things I see falling on the ground, some type of fruits, or don't really know where they are, what they are, peeps. I'm not going to touch them. I'll Google them through the Google search to see what they are. Seems like some form of animals eat them. I don't know if they are edible for human beings. Get a nice close up of one of them. And peeps, don't knock me. I'm doing this walk in my slippers, and being in the hill country, dew fell in the night, but that's just my style, peeps. I do my walks in slippers.
Outcast.
I'm not much of a sneaker person. I do wear sneakers at times, but if given the opportunity, I like to let my toes be free. peeps, this is more of my settings. I'm a person, outdoor person who loves nature. I'm not much of the concrete jungle person. Love the serenity of the outdoor natural nature. Wow. This water seems pretty clean, peeps. This water is clean. This is a type of, well, in Jamaica we don't call these creeks. We call them springs. We don't even call them streams. We call them springs. And these small springs lead to big rivers. That's how you can set up your life again, peeps. Have small streams of incomes coming in, different streams of income coming in. I know persons who have their main thing doing, and some of their streams there are baking cakes and selling. Don't have to be like one thing you're doing. You can also be a Amazon seller or a Temu seller. Not advertising for these companies. I'm just giving you examples of different stuff you can do. And you don't have to be immediate. You can plan for these stuff in the future, because sometimes these plans cannot be put into place because of more than one reasons. Sometimes it's because of job constraint. Your main job doesn't allow you to do it at this time. Or the most important part, financial constraint. You need to build up your financial power some more, that you can push forward to do certain things. And that's what you have to work on, peeps. You have to make sacrifice to build up your financial power. So certain things you will want to do, you have to put it aside for the moment, because you want a bigger picture, you know. You want to live a better life. Part of me doing these videos, peeps, not going to lie to you, is from a personal memory, because that is the next thing, peeps. That is what you're living for in life. You're living for good memories. Wow, the design on this is so So beautiful. That's the design peeps, because here we have a dry area, like when it rains heavily the stream flows with water, but for right now it's off. So you can see, man, step in some mud here peeps. That's why you should wear sneakers when you're going out, especially if you go off the beaten path. This is beautiful. Love this design peeps. So they make this area to cut the flow of the water. So pretty much big park. Ah. Okay, interesting. This stream is rolling. It's coming from this pond up here. That's the next thing I'm used to in Jamaica peeps. I'm used to pond. Don't know, this look like a man-made pond. Don't quote me on that. Seems as if they do water sports, because I see they have some ducks there. So it comes from this side peaks. There's something to regulate the flow of the water, and then goes over there. Interesting. It's a well thought out plan. Planning peeps, planning. That's the key to get out of. That's the key to live a comfortable life, you know? You have to plan. Come up with good plans and good ideas. And remember, in all this, you're working towards good memories. And a happy life. and get back onto some pavement now, peeps. I don't think I'm going to go back that way that I came. I'm going to see if I can find find back there, find the other side of the park that I came down. Having a little drizzle at the moment. I see a man walking with his umbrella. And yesterday morning there was some drizzle as well. Well, it was actually raining in the morning, but as I said, the better half of the day was beautiful. Beautiful sunny day. This house looks like it's built of stone. As I said, thieves, you never know. Sometimes majority of this, well, it's because of the weather condition. Why these houses, they cannot be built of the same material they have in Jamaica, because they have to build these houses to expand and contract, because one day it can be somewhere in the high 80s, 90s, and the next day it can be in the 20s. So they have to build it for that sudden change in temperature. Seem as if I will have to turn back, peeps, because I was just trying to see if I can find some way where I could find back the path to the Airbnb that I'm staying. Should have meant to go along with those, hear more traffic up on that road, so I'll see what comes out of it. Just see if I walk up that side, I can find my way back to the Airbnb that I'm staying, peeps. Or I would have to go back that way that I came from. It's best if I go back that way that I came from, peeps. A lot of acorns on the ground here. Just walking, trying to see if I can hit the pathway back to the park. Because I'm close to an hour now into walking, and that's what I generally do. I generally walk for an hour. I think that's enough for me. Well, This path leads me to the park. Oh, I see how they could lock it up here. Probably this is somebody's private drive, or it's the park. Probably they don't want anybody to drive on that path to go through the park. So let me see if this route can carry me back to the park. Yep. Yes, please. This route carry me back to the park. Yeah. Although I'm unsure. Okay. Yeah. No, by memory now, please, which part of the park it leads me to. That's the next thing, people. Because of these things that are videoed on the ground, I remember where I am. Looked across and saw it. Should be about 15 or so minutes. I think 15 minutes is the most away from the Airbnb that I'm staying in Austin. Yes, peeps, the sun is coming up now. Sky is clearing up. That's the terminology we use. The sun is coming out. But they say the sun don't move, it's the earth that moves. But even great persons use the same terminology. Most of this terminology we use, we were brought up on it. Even when we know the right thing, we still say the traditional thing. Because we have the sunset and the sunrise, in which in geography, they say the sun don't move. It's the earth that revolves around the sun. Looks like some came over here to look at these grass because it looks like some grass we have in Jamaica we call water grass. These are much huge. They are bigger than only the blossoms are the same, but it's not. It's not those water grass things that water grass that we have in Jamaica. Yes, please. Next 5 minutes, I should be at the Airbnb. That's the next thing, peeps. You can work up yourself to have an Airbnb. Just make the sacrifice at that job where you are at now. Start saving some money. As you can afford to build or buy an Airbnb. And if something should have happened to you in your life where you get setback, if you get knocked down, just please continue. Keep the faith, remember. I always tell you, put God in everything. So your biggest motivator should be yourself. So motivate yourself. So when you get those knockdowns, when you get those setbacks, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue the journey in life, because this is part of my journey in life. Many things have happened to me where I had millions and it all went. Others are benefiting from it, but that's how life goes. You must not look back with regrets. Just continue your journey, because I have a belief in a God that is good, and all these things that I so-called lost is going to come back or will be replenished. And if it was not so, I wouldn't be here talking to you from Austin. So with that, I have no regrets. It's just part of life journey, and I'm glad I'm mentally and physically and spiritually strong to go through the motions and not to give up under immense pressure that I faced. Peeps, this is not a confession, it's just motivating you. Look on it from that point of view, that I'm motivating you to stay strong. Yes, peeps, here you have a Sienna there. I just took it in for the 5,000 mile service. It's been great so far. Ran pretty well to Austin. I will see how it ran. I will see how it runs to go back up. And that's 143 miles run. We actually stopped and took a break on the road. We did not came straight. So that's it for the video, peeps. Stay strong, be your biggest motivator, and whenever life knocks you down, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue the journey. Out.